Hello guys, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to learn how to make the entity class in Spring Boot. Those who don't know how to make the project in Spring Boot, please watch my previous video in which I have teach you how to make the project in Spring Boot. So today we are going to make the entity class. So basically entity class is the one which persists object store as a record in the database. So basically it is used to store it is used to make the entity in the database in which we want to store our data, so application data we can say that. Or so whatever we add in that class means whatever the data members we are making in that class, it will make a column in database. So which type of data we want to store, we can make that in database with the help of entity, but just we have to add the data members in this class. So for that we need some of the dependencies also to make that. So these we required three dependencies. First is JDBC. So JDBC stands for Java Database Connector. So it basically provides starter and the libraries for connecting an application with the JDBC. Okay, so also it is used for the database relation beams such as data source and the JDBC template. It has also have one feature which it provides actually is provide one method to query and update the data in the database. And apart from this we also required one dependency, that is JPA. JPA stands for Java Persistent API. So it is Java Persistent API. This is used to access and manage a persistent data between Java object and the relational database. Okay, so and also it is considered, basically it is considered as the standard approach for object relational mapping. So that's why we need JPA as a dependency in this. So and also one dependency we required, that is MySQL connector. So this dependency is also required to connect it database. Okay, now let's go for making an entity class in this project. As we know, as we make a learning project in previous tutorial, so for making the entity class we have to go on src main java folder, click in this, click on this com.xaml, right click on this, go to new and select class. And in this we have to make one package, give it as name as entities. There are many entities, so I am giving the name as this in the plural format. So okay, after that we have to give the class name. I am giving name as learning project entity. You can give any name whichever you want to make your name. So I'm giving this name. So okay, as you can see this is my entity package in which I make a class learning project entity. I annotate it as entity entity, and we have to make this we have to this is from the javax persistent. So enter this. After that, in each entity we have to make one primary key, so we give it as id. This is my primary key, so I will give this as so my private key name will be my private int. Let's say suppose I am learner id, or to give this name to my column. Okay, okay. And after that I want that this id is auto generated and auto incremented, means we don't need to give input to this. It is taken by in a sequential order. So for that we have to add one another notation, which is generated value, in which strategy type is in which strategy generation type is auto. So I want this, it is auto incremented and auto generated. Okay, and after that I want to make another column in my entity. Give it the name of that entity. I want to store learners name. Okay, and to make, if you want to change, if you want to give the name to the column, so you can give it by using this also, or name as name, right? So if you don't give this name column annotation and didn't give the name, it is taken by default the name of the data type. It will give name this, it will give name learner name to the that column by default. So I want another column that is contact. Okay, learners contact. Okay, another column I would like to add, that is, let's say suppose address. Okay, after that I want to give name, also I want to add the email id. Let's say suppose I want to add the email id also. Sorry, email id, email. Okay, that's it. I want to I want this many columns in my entity. So after that, go click we have to make the getters and setters, so that we can access this data outside the class also. And go, we can make directly getter setters. Those who don't know, right click on the screen, go to the source and getter select generate getter setters, select all and generate. So it will make the getter setters for this. You can see this. Okay, after that we want one parameterized constructor. We also want the super non-parameterized constructor. Also I want one toString method also. Okay, after that, after making this, after making this, we have